Despite the fact that storms, of course, impact everyone, regardless of their political beliefs, disaster relief has become subject to more political back and forth in recent years.
Fox 8's Sharon Crowley joins us now with a look at how politics have seemingly played a role in past storms, Sharon.
Yeah, politics affecting everything, right? Hurricanes, as we know, affect Democrats and Republicans. Whoever is in power at the time has to make responding to the storm a top priority. And fair or not, they are judged by voters, governors, and presidents on how well they react in a crisis, especially when it comes to the weather.
As Hurricane Milton batters Florida just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene hit the region, the arrival of another monster storm also causing political unrest this election season. Republicans accusing Democrats and FEMA of being too slow to respond to storm victims. Democrats pushing back, accusing Florida's governor of not taking calls from the president and vice president offering to help.
Elected officials, particularly if we're thinking about governors and presidents, are in charge of cleanup and of making sure that people are safe, that they're able to recover quickly and effectively from natural disasters.
Recent history shows just how closely an elected leader's response to a major weather event can be judged and bring with it unintended consequences.
When a crisis happens, a governor or chief executive of any state of the country needs to be accessible, available, and totally engaged. There is no other agenda.
Former President George W. Bush was widely criticized for his response to Katrina. Pictures of him flying above the disaster, appearing out of touch, didn't help. Former President Trump was also attacked for tossing paper towels to Hurricane Maria victims in Puerto Rico.
This is not a Republican or Democratic issue. National disasters happen in red states and blue states.
And many believe former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie tanked his chances for higher office after he shook hands and hugged then President Obama, who visited the Republican governor after Superstorm Sandy.
You know what Governor Christie was guilty of when the hurricane happened? Of doing the right thing, of doing what was the right thing for the people of the state, of reaching across the aisle and asking and getting help from the federal government through a Democratic president, President Obama.
So while most presidents and candidates for presidents like to be visiting the scene of hurricane-ravaged areas, timing is pretty important because if they go too soon, it could be criticized because a high-level visit, of course, would divert resources away from the disaster. And since we are just 1 month, if you can believe it, away from the election, expect to continue to hear candidates on both sides attack how the other party is responding to hurricane relief.
Yeah, timing is everything. Less than 4 weeks to Election Day.
Yeah.
All right, Sharon, thank you so much.